Hello everyone, my name is Shantanu Arora and I run a music academy in New Delhi and Gurgaon by the name of Shan's School of Music. Well, as I had promised to you in my previous videos that I would be launching a guitar tutorial series. Well, today is the day, and today's topic of discussion is how do you buy your first guitar in India? Well, it's a little complex issue, but I'm going to try to simplify it as much as I can. Today's study has been divided into five basic factors that you can look into while buying a guitar. Of course, there are many more, but I've just laid down a few basic tips for beginners that can come in handy while you buy your first guitar. So what are these factors? Let's have a look at them. The first is the structure of the guitar. The second is the price range. The third is the action. Fourth is the sound. And fifth is the connection with the guitar. Okay, so looking at the first point, structure of the guitar. Now by structure, I essentially mean the shape, the size and the design of the guitar. There are quite a few. There is red note, there is triple O, there is double O, there is single O and many other forms. But you can just go to the shop and tell them if you need a full-size guitar, a full-bodied guitar, or you need a medium-sized guitar, or you need a smaller-sized guitar. Now the forms actually vary, and you need to see which one is more comfortable while holding, because a thicker one is a little more, in general cases, it's a little difficult to handle in the beginning, and people prefer thinner bodied guitars, especially for younger people and younger children as well. For females also, I suggest that you can try out a thinner guitar. If you find that convenient, you can go in for that, or else a full-size guitar like this. Now your guitar needs to have a side cut like this. In some guitars there's no side cut, so it's covered like this, like the way it is covered here. These points that I play my guitar are called frets. So what happens is, if there is no side cut, I will not be able to move beyond this point because there is no cut. And so what happens is, it becomes very inconvenient to be able to play these frets as well. Now with the help of side cut, I can easily reach across these frets and play them with ease. So you must make sure that you get a guitar with a side cut, and also a pickup. Now a pickup is like a microphone. It catches your sound, and then you can connect this kind of a guitar with an amplifier and play it at a greater volume. So I can play it naturally, or I can play it using the help of electricity. So it's actually a semi-acoustic guitar. Okay. The second point that we are going to consider is the price range. Well, there are three categories that I've made looking at the Indian market. One is still 4,000 rupees, the second is between 4 and 7,000 rupees, and the third is 7,000 plus. Of course, there are various high-end guitars as well, but I'm not talking about that right now. I'm assuming that you're a beginner. So I am going to be focusing upon the first two categories. That's what I recommend. Well, in the first one, which is still 4,000 rupees, there are a lot of Indian guitars which are made in Kolkata, and there are a few imported guitars, as they call it. They're actually Chinese. Well, in the second category, you have Chinese as well as Indian guitars, so either of them are good depending on your budget. Okay, so the third point is the most important point out of all. It is called the action. Now what is the action? If you look at the diagram, action is the distance between the strings and this wooden board, which is called the fretboard. Now the more the action is, the more we'll have to press in order to touch the string to the fretboard to generate proper sound. The lesser the action is, the lesser effort we put in to do the same. If you compare the guitar A with guitar B, guitar A has much lesser action compared to guitar B, which has a much more action. So guitar A is much simpler to play compared to guitar B. I would definitely recommend that the action of the guitar should be minimal, but it should not be extremely low. Why? Because if it is very low, the string touches at various other points and it produces a buzzing sort of sound, which means like this. It's not that clear compared to a clear sound which is like this. So you need that kind of a sound, and not a sound which buzzes too much. So you must make sure that the action is quite low. If you look at my guitar as well, the action is quite low. Well, that is the most important point that I would like to point out for beginners. Why? Because I have seen too many cases where people pick up the guitar and they try learning it, and in 1 month or 1.5 months, because they can't put enough pressure, they can't get things right, and then they quit. It's a very sad story, but unfortunately it's true. So I definitely recommend, especially for younger children or beginners, that please buy a guitar. Don't look at the brand too much, don't look at the price too much, but essentially look at how good is the playability. You also have to look at the neck, the diameter, which means it shouldn't be too thick, it should be comfortable to hold. Okay, you must make sure that the finishing of the guitar is nice, which means there should be no cracks or scratches on the guitar, and aesthetically it should look good. The next is the sound. Now we are going to be talking about two things here. One is bass and second is treble. Bass means heavier sound, that is male voice, and treble is the sharper sound, which is female voice. So if you notice, when I play the bottom three strings, they produce a sharper sound compared to when I play the top three. So while considering the sound of the guitar, there has to be a balance between the same, and it shouldn't be too sharp or it shouldn't be too bassy. It shouldn't be too deep. So there has to be a balance that we have to strive between the two. So you can just essentially just play it and check it. It's not too easy to understand, but you'll have some idea if you listen to the sound. So I can hear the bass ringing and I can hear the treble as well ringing. In some guitars you don't find that balance, so I recommend that you should go in for a guitar which has a balance of bass and treble. And the last point to consider is the connection with the instrument. When you hold it, you feel nice with some instruments. When you hold the other instruments, you don't feel as nice. So obviously I would suggest that you should go in for an instrument with which you're more comfortable. You can build a connection with the same. So I think for today we are done. I'm not going to be specifying any brand because I'm not endorsing any. You can look into these points, and if you still have any questions further, you can please comment in the comment section, and I would be happy to answer them. So that's it for today. I will be seeing you in the next video. Take care and bye. Hello everyone. I hope you liked my guitar tutorial video. To keep yourself updated about the upcoming guitar lesson videos, please click the link below to subscribe to my channel. To watch my previous videos, please click the link above. And if you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the comment section below so I can answer them for you. I'll see you in the next video.